Well, Christmas will be here in just a few days. And parents, if you're feeling the pressure to deliver those high-priced items, well, that's where our next guest comes in.
Yeah. Dr. Kathy Cook has tips on making sure it's the thought that counts this holiday season. Hey, Dr. Cook, thanks for joining us.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course, yes. So what is your advice to those parents who feel that pressure to buy expensive gifts for their kids or gifts that all the other kids are getting?
I want to say just don't do it. And I know that might not feel very realistic, but it's not about buying our children's love. It's not about doing everything they want us to do. If your kids are old enough, you can actually show them your budget. They don't have a clue maybe about what you make and what your mortgage or your rent costs and food and gas and all those kinds of things. And let them know that there are reasons that you have to say no. It's not a lack of love. It's just the reality of your situation. We don't live in comparison. We don't base our joy based on what other people have. We can stand up to those kinds of principles.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that outlook. You're right. I mean, not comparing yourself to others and what others are getting, but it's your situation and celebrating and having joy in that moment. It's such a great tip there. Well, how can parents relate their concerns maybe to their children in a sensible way?
Yeah, being honest is important. Having integrity with your words and your actions is important. Obviously, developmentally age appropriate. We don't want to have our kids worried about what's going on. And I want to say that it's ideal if we do it throughout the year. Some people are faced with this reality now in December that our kids are maybe, critical or complaining or worried. And maybe it's because we weren't totally honest in front of them throughout the whole year. So we can start afresh, even on January 1st, if we don't feel we can do it today, and live rightly before them. Teach the truth, tell them and don't yell at them, and be present with them so that they know that you love them and you care and you know them. And then your answers of no and yes will feel safer to them. Hope that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does.
Yeah, absolutely. Dr. Cook, how can parents teach their children gratitude during the season? The kids are in just an ask. I would like this, I would like that. But how can we teach them really the gratitude around the season?
Yeah, I'm so glad you asked that. Wouldn't everyone listening want to know how to do that? We live in an entitled culture. So the first thing I need to say is that we as adults need to be grateful in front of our children, grateful even not in front of our children. We need to become people who have gratitude as a character quality, not something we are forced to do when mommy's looking over our shoulder, but something we are. And that happens 365 days out of the year when we say thank you and do thank you things for small things, not just major, events, if you will. So we say it, we do it. We're obligated because we live with an other-centered approach to life. We do it with a quick text. We do it with a smile on our face. We do it with a snail mail letter. Oh my goodness. It means so much more, doesn't it, to get something in the mail that we cared enough to write. Kids my great nephew colored a picture and sent it to me from my refrigerator. And that was a blessing to me. So it doesn't have to be a big deal. It doesn't have to be money. It's just an attitude of the heart that we express. And again, throughout the year, if you're upset that your kids are entitled right now and they're demanding and complaining and not saying thank you for anything, start working on teaching gratitude as a part of your culture. It'll change them and it'll change you.
Yeah. I love that. I love that suggestion. What about some tips for parents to help them instill resilience and confidence in our kiddos? What can we do there, Dr. Cook?
Yeah, my newest book, Resiliency, Recovering Readily from Difficulties. We have to let our kids struggle. This is a challenging time of the year. Maybe you don't have as much money as you wish. Maybe your kids are, hoping for a change in the weather. Whatever, they're not going to get everything they want. They're not going to get the star lead in the Christmas program at church. So we listen to them and then we love them in their misery, but we let them suffer a little bit because that's how we grow up. We can't bubble wrap them. Save the bubble wrap for great grandma's vase and let your kids learn in the safety of your home how to overcome the things that are difficult. Don't overprotect them. Tell them it's for their own good that they're struggling a little bit and let them laugh at you and roll their eyes, but it's true.
Yes, there's no shortage of that at my house, laughing and rolling your eyes.
Save the bubble wrap for that vase. That's right.
Yes, I love it. Thank you, Dr. Cook. Thanks for joining us. Great tips for us today. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Yes. Stay with